Hello and welcome to Fun Learning with Mariuzzi. Today we're going to read a story called The Legend of the Guagua Auca. This is a traditional Ecuadorian legend. Before we begin, here you have some useful vocabulary: mischievous, defiance, relentless, unease, wonder. Long ago, in the highlands of Ecuador, there was a mischievous boy named Guagua. He was known throughout the village for his disobedience and stubbornness, especially when it came to the one rule he despised the most: bedtime. Every night, his parents would call him to rest, but Guagua would find every excuse to delay his slumber, whether he was playing with his friends, watching the stars, or convincing himself that there were more important things to do. His parents, weary from years of trying to make him listen, decided to take a more serious approach. One evening, after yet another argument about bedtime, they left him in the yard as punishment, telling him that if he refused to sleep, he could stay in the cold, dark night until he learned his lesson. Guagua, determined to show his defiance, remained outside under the vast starry night. The cold winds of the Sierra surrounded him, and the moon shone brightly, casting eerie shadows across the land. But as the night grew deeper, something strange began to happen. The air grew thick, and Guagua began to feel an overwhelming presence, as though the very earth itself was watching him. He tried to ignore the growing unease in his chest, but the feeling persisted. Suddenly, the silence of the night was broken by faint whispers, carried on the wind. Guagua's heart raced, and he called for his parents, but they had already gone to bed, leaving him alone in the yard. He looked around, but all he could see was darkness. Then, out of the shadows, a figure appeared. It was small and dark, barely distinguishable from the night itself, but its eyes glowed with an unsettling intensity. Guagua froze in fear, realizing that he was no longer alone. The figure spoke in a voice that seemed to echo in the very core of his being. "You were disobedient, Guagua. You disrespected the order of the world. Now you will face the consequences." Guagua tried to run, but the figure was swift, following him at every turn. It was relentless, chasing him across the yard, its whispers growing louder, more insistent. He stumbled and fell, the darkness closing in around him until he could no longer move. And just like that, Guagua vanished, as if the night had swallowed him whole. The next morning, Willy's parents woke to find the yard empty. His cries for help had been lost in the night, and he was never seen again. His parents, heartbroken and remorseful, searched the village for their son, but all they found were rumors and whispered tales of a spirit that roamed the streets. As time passed, the legend of Willy, or as he came to be known, the Guagua Auca, spread throughout the region, especially in the province of Cañar near Tulcan. It was said that his spirit never found peace, condemned to wander the earth for his disobedience. And so, on full moon nights, when the sky was clear and the winds howled through the mountains, people would hear the whispers of the Guagua Auca. The spirit of the Guagua Auca was not just a tale of a mischievous child, but a warning. It was said that the Guagua Auca would appear to those who drank too much or disrespected their elders. His form was small and dark, a shadow in the night, but his presence was enough to send terror into the hearts of those who saw him. The Guagua Auca would chase them, hunting them until their minds were consumed by madness, driving them to the brink of despair. The legend of the Guagua Auca serves as a reminder to this day, a warning against disobedience, excess, and disrespect. It reminds the people of the Sierra that there are consequences for actions, especially when one chooses to ignore the wisdom of their elders. And so, even now, when the moon is full, the children of the village are told to stay inside, lest they too become the Guagua Auca's next victim. And some still say that on quiet nights, if you listen closely, you can hear the whispers of a small dark figure in the wind, chasing those who stray too far from the path of respect and humility. Comprehension question. Pause the video to write the answer in the comments. What lesson does the story of the Guagua Auca teach to the people of the Sierra? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.